What's up, guys? It's that diecast guy back with another video. Today I'm very sick, but I decided I really need to put this video out there for you guys and get this review out. But about a week ago, I was at a local Walmart and I found the entire wave of Wave 2 Authentics for 2022. Now, there are a lot of cars in this wave, and one car I didn't get because I already have it in the Gold Series. That is the Stenhouse Jr. Hellman's Xfinity car. But the rest of these cars are either exclusive or have not been released yet, looking at the Kevin Harvick gear wrench car. So I'm going to go ahead, open up all these cars, and then dive into the review after checking them out for a little bit. So let's go ahead and hop in. I decided to just open them on camera. So the first car we have is the Dillon Bass Pro Shops test car. The actual packaging looks really good. So it's really sad to have to open up, but I do need to get these reviews out. I'm gonna try and conserve the packaging as best I can, but you know how that is. It does have an Dillon Bass Pro Shop sticker, which is pretty cool. And then the car itself, which we'll go deeper into in a moment. Next up is the Kevin Harvick gear wrench car. This is not a test car. This is the first paint scheme we've actually gotten released for 2022. Not regarding the schemes you can get, the diecast you can get at the actual NASCAR tracks. And I dropped the car. Oh no, it's all falling over. But yeah, this is the first official diecast released of this year that isn't, you know, from a track or something. It's Kevin Harvick gear wrench sticker as well. I think that they're all stickers. It's actually a really good paint scheme. I'm so glad that Kevin Harvick or Stenhouse Racing is going to be using gear wrench as one of their main sponsors this year. Not one of the main sponsors, but a sponsor for them now, instead of them working with Chip Ganassi. You know, Chip Ganassi is no longer a thing. Next up is the Larson, or whatever you want to say, Hendrick test car, the number 5 Hendrick test car. I have the 124 scale version of this car, which I still haven't done a review on. There's been a lot of stuff coming up lately, and I haven't had much time to do much of these videos, which is quite upsetting. Here's the sticker for this one. And the actual car itself, which I think looks really good. These are all actually the first molds, the Chevys, I mean, are the first Chevy molds we're gonna get in 164 for diecast that I have so far. All I've had up until this point are Mustang molds. So here's the Bradlowski or Roush Fenway Kozlowski Racing test car. Looking very good. The packaging looks really good on these cars as well. The sticker again. I guess they are all stickers. And then the car itself, which looks really, really good, actually. I do like all these paint schemes here. Next up is the Chase Elliott Hendrick Motorsports test car. I think these test cars are 160 or like exclusive for 164 scale in this wave. I don't think that you can get them in the Gold Series. I know you can get the 124 scale versions of them in the Gold, not Gold Series, but I know you can get the 124 scale versions otherwise, but I don't think you can get 164's versions of them unless it's in this wave, which is really, really cool, actually. There's the sticker itself, and then the actual car, which looks identical to the Kyle Larson variant, but, you know, I mean, it's got number 9. This is the whole Custer Stenhouse Racing test car. This one is very unique, kind of like a throwback kind of thing to like the 50s or 60s, you could say. I'm running out of space to put the packaging because I really don't want to, you know, throw it out because it's really good looking. Oh my gosh, having trouble focusing this camera today. Here it is, the sticker. And here is the actual die cast. Now I'm going to go into deep reviews with these in a moment, a little bit later on in this video. This is a really good looking paint scheme. Now this is the most exciting one, I think, in the wave. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. number 47 Kroger test car. Now, not only do we never get Ricky Stenhouse Jr. diecast anymore, but it's also the only next gen mold that I think is going to have the number where it's in the normal spot, not pushed forward, which is really unique actually, and it's going to be cool to take a look at. I don't think there's going to be another diecast that's released like this that has the number in the regular spot, not pushed forward, because they don't have them like that anymore. Sticker looks really good actually. I really like this sticker. And I do really like this paint scheme actually. I think it's the same one as the 2021 scheme. I don't really remember the 2021 scheme. Just on the next gen diecast mold. And finally, the Daniel Suarez Trackhouse Racing number 99 test car. I remember looking at this. Thinking it might come out 164, but it never did on the Nascar.com. So I was thinking, oh wow, it's just a 1.4 exclusive. That sucks. But here it is in my hand as a 164 diecast. So it's very unique looking, very cool to have. So here's the actual sticker, and now here's the diecast itself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at these diecast closer up, and then going to hop into deeper reviews, so just give me a second there. Alright, so the first car we're going to be taking a look at is the Austin Dillon Bass Pro Shops test car. This is a very good looking paint scheme or diecast in general. It is also the first 164 Camaro on the next gen mold, so we're going to go ahead and take a deeper look into this. The front looks very good. The sticker placement's a little bit off, a little bit not as straight as it should be, but it's okay. Number looks very good. The Tracker Off-Road logo looks very odd, but I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not. But if it is, it's very weird looking, but it does fit. I don't like that the underbelly is this weird tan color. I wish it was black, but it's okay. Tracker Off-Road Camaro on the back, the number 3, and again on the side. On the hood, it says Bass Pro Shops, Tracker Off-Road, and then the 3, and then BassProShops.com. In my opinion, this is a really good looking diecast, and on the scale of 1 to 5, you know, as I normally do, 1 being the worst, 1 being like a terrible diecast, 2 being bad, 3 being okay, 4 being good, and 5 being great. I think it's a good old 3. It's a decent diecast. It's okay. I mean, there's my own critiques with it, but I think it looks good. It's also a very cool looking paint scheme in my opinion, but in general, I think it's 3. Alright, so moving on, we have the only non-test car in this wave, the Kevin Harvick gear wrench car. And also, I think it's the only one that's not exclusive to the Authentics wave and a 164 scale. I don't think any of these other ones are, because I have this one in pre-order for the Gold Series, so I will do a comparison when that one comes in the mail. But until then, we have this to take a look at. This paint scheme really stands out to me. I really enjoy it. On the front, this like brownish orange really looks very good with the black, and also the underbelly's black. Very happy about that. The logo looks very good. This paint scheme generally looks very good on this side. On the back, it also looks very good in my opinion. It's a very like sleek, stealthy looking paint scheme. The gear wrench logo looks spectacular on the hood here, and the 4 and the gear wrench on the back there. Now, I think this is better than most of the Chip Ganassi paint schemes that we had for gear wrench. I like this gloss version better than the metallic in my personal opinion. I know that might not be a popular opinion, I'm not really entirely sure. But the only thing I do have critiques about with this diecast, it's not really this diecast's fault, it's actually just the Authentics wave in general, is the inside, you know, the interior is that weird looking silvery gray color. I don't like that at all. I prefer that to be black, but hey, it's Authentics. I will have a Gold Series version soon, so it won't always be like this, but I think that tones down the paint scheme a little bit just because I think it looks better with the black. So given that I'm gonna give it a 4-star rating. It's a good diecast, a good paint scheme, and I think when I get the Gold Series version, it will be a 5-star because the black interior might look better. If it does, then yes, this is going to be a 5-star diecast. But until then, it is a 4-star, and it's a very good looking diecast. Next diecast we're gonna be taking a look at is the Kyle Larson Hendrick Motorsports test car. This is a very interesting looking diecast. There's not much to it at all. It's really just a very bland diecast, but it does look, that does help it in some ways. So on the front, of course, it's just white with the Chevrolet Camaro body. The 5 is up here, and the Chevrolet logo. I'm noticing this with all the logos. They're starting to, like, they kind of, like, let me show you this. They kind of, you know, go around the, what's it called? I don't know what it's called, but like the wheel, I guess you could say, but this area here, I don't know what it's called. Hendrick Motorsports on the back. It looks very good. Just the giant Chevy logo, Hendrick Motorsports logo on the top, and the back number 5. That is all to this diecast. There's not much at all to this diecast, and it does kind of help it. I think that without that gray interior, if it was black, it actually looked very, very good. But since it isn't, since it does have that gray interior, I'm gonna give it a 2. I think this is the worst rating I've given a diecast so far on this channel. I know I said that the, you know, not much to it helps it, but I don't think it helps it, like, I mean, you know, I'm just saying in general, I don't like it still. I do think that it's unique. It doesn't have anything to it. It's not unique, I meant, sorry. And it doesn't have anything to it, so just being a bland paint scheme, it's not gonna help it out. But it did kind of, like, I'm really just undermining my own words here, but I think it helps it in some ways, but not in the right ways that really drag me and catches my attention. If I saw this thing on the track, I just think, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a car. I mean, Chase Elliott's one looks the exact same, just with the number 9. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference on the track. If they were leading the race, I wouldn't know which one's leading unless I really looked hard, especially if I was sitting in the stands. But since it isn't one of those, since it is a test car, it doesn't really matter. But in my personal opinion, it's a 2. It's a bad paint scheme in general. But otherwise, I mean, it's just bad. Alright, now the Brad Keselowski, Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing test car, this might be my favorite paint scheme in the Wave. It is very good looking. It's very solid looking. It's just such a good looking diecast. Front end, it's got this like good like pine green to it. Now the side is where it really stands out. The 6th RFK, the green, the black, the silver, the white, it all blends in so well. This is such a cool design. RFK on the back again, and the same thing on this side. The hood does say RFK Racing, and then 6 RFK. Now, gosh, this is a very good looking paint scheme. It's not so unique and out there that it's bad. It's like right at the perfect place. It's not so unique out there, like, ooh, that's, whoa. But it's also not super bland like the Kyle Larson paint scheme. I think it's right in that perfect center spot, which is why I'm going to give this car a 5. It is pretty much a perfect paint scheme, and it's just a test car. Now I know Brad Keselowski's been running some mediocre paint schemes this year, but this test car here, this is a solid paint scheme and a solid diecast. A 5 easily. Alright, we're back to another one of these. Chase Elliott's Hendrick Motorsports paint scheme, test car, whatever you want to call it. It's the same as Kyle Larson's, just with a 9. I'm not even going to point out any details except a 9 here. You know, the only difference is that all the 5s are replaced with a number 9, and I mean, I guess the 9 looks good, but I mean, it's not enough to change it at all. It's just so bland, but I mean, it does look sleek, like I said with the old one, the other one I meant. It's just, if I'm looking at it as a viewer standpoint, it's not a good paint scheme. It's not going to drag any attention to the car. It's not going to drag any attention to the car on the track, the driver, any of it. So genuinely, it is a 2. It's a bad paint scheme. I'm not saying it's terrible. 1 is reserved for, like, God, that is a god awful paint scheme. But this is a 2. It's just bad. So 2 for the Chase Elliott Hendrick Motorsports test car. All right, now we're on the Cole Custer Stuart Haas Racing test car. This looks more like a throwback, and I really dig it. It looks like something straight out of the 50s, like a 50s diner or something. I don't know, it reminds me of like, I don't know, that circle on the top just reminds me of the racer from Wreck-It Ralph. It's kind of random, but you know, that kind of old-timey racer, you know, Formula One almost. It just reminds me of a 50s diner, a Formula One driver, and then old uniforms. It's just, it's kind of nostalgic, and I really enjoy it. So we're gonna go to the front, where it's just black, genuinely. The Stewart-Haas Racing logo, which is still like curved to go around the wheel thing. Board down there, 41 here. Stewart-Haas Racing, and the same thing on this side. Does have the Stewart-Haas Racing logo with these silver stripes, look cool. And the 41 on the top with the blue circle looks amazing, and these stripes go all the way through. This kind of reminds me of like the Ford GT almost, like the one from the original, you know, race where Ford was trying to beat Ferrari. I guess you can just say the car from the Ford versus Ferrari movie, whatever you want to say. But yeah, it reminds me of like a Gulf paint scheme almost. Just instead of the orange circle, it's a blue circle, and I really like that. And it's just a good paint scheme. I'd give it a 5. A second 5 of this wave. It's still not my favorite in the wave. It's my second favorite actually, but it's a 5-star rating. It's a perfect diecast. It looks very good. It's got the nostalgic for it. I know it's a hot take. I know a lot of people are not gonna like this paint scheme, but me personally, I do. It looks like Darlington throwback, and it's a test car, and I think that test cars should represent the history of their racing team or the history of the sport in general, and this one actually does, in my opinion, to separate not just NASCAR, to Formula One, to IndyCar, to literally the Ford GT's first thing in the 60s. Was it the 60s? I can't remember. It's just a good throwback, and I really enjoy it. 5 stars. Alright, now this car here is a very unique and very interesting car, probably the most interesting car in the wave. It's the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kroger test car. Now the reason this car is unique is because it is on the next gen mold, but the number placement isn't farther forward like the other paint schemes or like any other 2022 car where the number is closer up. I think this is the only diecast that's going to be released on the next gen mold with that number placement, unless, you know, they move it back to the center in the next couple of years. I don't know. But until then, this is the only one, and it looks really good. I think this is this 2021 paint scheme. It's unclear, but the front end's got this nice white and blue to it. Then it folds on this like baby blue almost into the normal solid blue, white and orange, black and white. That's just really good. There's nothing on this back here, which is kind of surprising. The Kroger logo again. The Kroger logo on the hood with these like hood flap things, which look really cool actually. This is the only paint scheme that has those that stand out, I think, for so far. Yeah, it is. And then the 47, and then all these separate logos back here. This is a good looking paint scheme. I really enjoy it. Paint scheme stuff looks really good, and just it's so cool that we have a next gen diecast with the number in the center, not placed forward, so we could see what it would actually look like. And it looks just like a 2021 car pretty much. It also is just a 2021 paint scheme. I'm pretty sure. I can't really remember what he ran last year, but until then, yeah, I'd give it a 4-star rating. It's a good paint scheme. I wouldn't say it's perfect. Excuse me. But it is a very good paint scheme, so 4-star rating. And finally, we have the Daniel Suarez Trackhouse Racing test car, number 99 here. I remember seeing this on NASCAR.com and thinking about getting it, but then I never did because it was never a 164. It was only in 124 scale, and I was thinking, well, maybe they'll just release it as a 164 Authentics exclusive or later on in the Gold Series. And I was right, it was an Authentics. And it's a very good looking paint scheme, actually. Let me look closer up. This blue and black contradicts really well with that Chevy logo, the 99, and this, like, 3 with the slash through it. I don't know what that is. I think it's just Trackhouse's logo. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. So it's hashtag Our House here, Trackhouse Camaro back there, and it's like a weird gradient looking color, which is really cool looking, actually. And then the Trackhouse logo again on the top here, the 99. Trackhouse. And it's also got the 99, it's got that slash through it, just like the logo. And this one's white, this 99, and this one's silver, which is a bit different. I've never seen a paint scheme really do that. This paint scheme did really stick out to me when I was watching the test drives, or test races, whatever you want to say, for the next gen cars. I always liked seeing this on track, and I've always liked looking at the front end of it just because the black and blue contradicts so well with that Camaro body front end. So I really enjoyed this paint scheme. I'll give it a 4-star again. All these paint schemes have been very good so far, except for the 200 ones, because of how bland they were. But I think this is a very good paint scheme, so it's got a 4-star rating. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. I will be having more diecast reviews coming soon. Still working on these Xfinity ones out. I'm sorry, I've been sick. I've been sick again and again and again. I've gotten sick 3 times in the past 2 months, I think. So I just really want to put this out here for you guys. But until next time, guys, peace.